Welcome back, everyone. It's Mr. Brain, your friendly neighborhood gaming dad, here with a short video about something I noticed after the reset event dropped. And that is in the bulletin board, you have a season preview. You can also see this screen from the season events, view event screen in your event tab. So let's take a look. We have the preseason, which consists of Recovery of Pompeii, Island Raid, and Dark Seal, the new event that just dropped. I've made a video on this already. You can go back and check that video out for event details. But this is what I'm making this video about today. It's this Archipelago raid that they are teasing us with going into Season 1. Now, I know that this is going to be locked to a lot of the early regions. Only those that have competed in Island Raid or are further ahead in their federations will be able to compete in this because it is Season 1. I'm curious to see how many federations will be involved, but let's go through it together. As the treasures of Coco Island resurface, the people's interest in the legend of the Great Pirate King is reignited. With each new clue unearthed from the treasures, they come to realize that Coco Island is merely the tip of the iceberg. All signs point to a distant archipelago, signaling the beginning of a brand new journey. In order to conquer the archipelago, alliances join forces to form coalitions, known as legions. All alliances within a legion share common interests. The archipelago is much larger than Coco Island, and its environment more perilous. There are countless traps guarding the treasures, as well as mutated zombies lurking on the islands, ready to pounce at any moment. A couple of things I want to note. One, alliances join forces to form coalitions, meaning that this isn't a region versus region event. This is an alliance versus alliance event with pre-made alliance teams. Now, there's still going to be multiple coalitions on each archipelago from the sounds of it, so there will still likely be alliances between different legions. Keep that in mind, but you will have multiple alliances working together on a larger scale Coco Island, a larger scale island raid. The second thing I want to note is that the archipelago is much larger than Coco Island. If you've played Island Raid before, it happens in one centralized map on one large island. Archipelago is multiple islands, and it even brings it up again further on down, meaning that we're going to be locked into different islands, and we're going to be working to cross these swaths of water, different patches of land we're going to have to work to control. And each of these different islands is going to have different things for us to have to deal with. Countless traps, mutated zombies, but we're going to have multiple islands to try and figure out the rest of this event. And the fact that it's saying it's going to be a much larger map gives the idea that we're going to probably still have at least 8 different legions in this. I would say probably 6 to 8 legions working against each other on this archipelago, trying to collect whatever treasure. Chances are it's just going to be holding positions that have treasure that give us rewards, like Island Raid. But, anyways, I wanted to make sure I went over this with you all. That's what's coming up for Season 1, so we do have stuff coming up for us. And they are teasing a Season 2, and if you notice the line that comes off, there is going to be a Season 3. Granted, the game has to keep pleasing its player base well enough to allow people to want to stay and play this game, but the fact that they have content that they're planning on doing gives me hope, and I hope it gives you all hope as well. So, that's Archipelago Raid. If you're watching this from my Patreon page, congratulations, you got to this 24 hours before anyone else did. If you want to see these videos before anybody else, please head on over to my Patreon page, support me, and I will post these exactly 24 hours before any other site gets them, including Discord and YouTube. And with that, this is Mr. Brain, your friendly neighborhood gaming dad, signing off.